There are single women with no kids who are college educated.
Yeah.
And they are having trouble finding mates because they're like, I'm at this level.
Yes.
And I'm looking for someone to elevate me, and I'm not finding a lot of candidates that are going to meet me or improve me. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a chick here who says a lot of you good men aren't enough. And she gets humbled by a chick. She gets humbled by a chick. Now, pretty much the context of this video is we always hear a lot of women say, well, the reason I can't get a man or the reason I'm single is because I'm up here and a lot of your men are down here. And I need men that's going to be at my level or above, right? And that's common for a lot of women, right? A lot of women want men that exudes way more confidence than her, that is a man, right? We all know the ideal man, strong, buff, or whatever. For people with common sense, strong, buff, very competent, very intelligent, is a great leader, right? Is a great leader. That's what makes a good man. A lot of your women think that a good man is a man who's making way more money than her, tons of money. So, for prime example, you look at this sister. You would consider her an Instagram model. The one that's about to speak, you would consider her to be an Instagram model. I've seen her page. You would consider her to be an Instagram model. A lot of women like that have a very, very high maintenance mindset, which means you have to be you. More than likely, she's pulling in a lot of money, right? Let's just say she's pulling in a lot of money. Women are always going to want a man that's making way more than her. So if she's making $100K a year or close to $200K a year, she's going to want somebody, man, that's making just as much, if not more than her. There's nothing wrong with that. However, it's going to be hard to find guys that is exactly like that's truly what you want. Making tons of money, over 6 foot, this, that, we know the normal. You know the normal shit. But women gotta understand that your average man is making 40K. You're wanting a guy, man, who makes 100K. You're talking about a 10%. So with her, you have a lot of women who are like her, who will say, man, I need somebody, man, that's going to best compliment me, that's going to be, that's going to be the ideal guy for me. That's going to be the ideal guy for me. You're just running your options. You're running your options dry, right? And then on top of that, are you the woman that the guy wants? Right? So a lot of you women like her, tons of money, boss babe mindset, I mean, this is the same one who said a good man wasn't enough. So she's already high maintenance, and she's not understanding that maybe you're the reason that you can't get the men that you truly want, right? So a lot of you women use excuses. The ones that can't get men but got a lot of money and very beautiful but can't get men, they will always use the excuse, a lot of men aren't on my level. I still haven't found that right guy, man, that's going to make as much money as me, that's going to be on my level, that's going to help me progress. So when when women sit up here and say, well, you know what, hey, some guys just aren't on my level, I need a guy who's going to help me progress, or yada, 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 you're the issue. It always seems as if the man is an issue, but it's really the woman that's an issue. Lower your standards. You making all of this money, but then on top of that, you want the perfect man. No man in this world is perfect. You're not going to get a perfect guy. You're not going to get a perfect guy. You're not going to get your most ideal guy, right? But you can get something similar to it. But he can be similar to it, but might not be making as much money as you want. But you're overlooking him because of how much money he's making. He probably checks off every box, but because he don't make as much money as you, now you want to jump over here, tell women or tell people on the podcast, hey, well, the reason I'm single, the reason I can't get a man or whatever is because these men aren't on my level. When it's like you're overlooking men that are on your level. They might not be making as much money as you, but if you're saying, well, you know what, in order for a man to be on my level, he has to make as much money as me, sis, your standards are all effed up. Are all effed up. But let's jump into this video. A lot of your white women ain't gonna be saying no ish like this. A lot of your white women ain't gonna be saying, well, you know, hey, because I'm hella educated, men are gonna have to sit over here and follow my lead. Men are gonna have to be on my level. And it's like, this once again, a lot of your sisters are educated, but a lot of them have this type of mindset where they feel that because I'm educated, I am this type of woman, right? And everybody below here. And I need a man who's going to be making tons of money. Maybe not even have the education, but make tons of money. Make way more money than me, you know what I'm saying? Got more status than me, more popular than me or whatever. I need a man like that. But once again, it's like not every man is going to be making 100K. Not every man is going to have a fucking college degree. There's a lot of guys who don't have college degrees but making some good money because they're in professions a lot of people aren't willing to do. Like construction, I don't think you need to go to school for construction. A lot of you women feel like they deserve a high value man. And it's like, no, come on, man. Come on, bro. A high value man is somebody that's on their shit. And if you got a man who's on his shit, what's an issue? What's an issue? But you're upset because he's just not made, he's probably not as educated as you. He probably don't have as many degrees as you. But that's the sad thing about it. A lot of your sisters feel like because I'm college educated, I deserve a high value man. It's crazy to me. Y'all see how they had a little fade, the little video faded where she said, "I don't think good men are enough." It goes back to bite this girl in the ass. It shows how hypocritical you are. You sitting up here saying, you know, hey, you know, a lot of us black women are educated or whatever, so we can't find, we really can't find the man that can help us elevate or whatever. But like I said, right, a lot of your average men make 40 to 50K a year, right? A lot of those average men are your good men. A lot of your good men are going to be your average men, but you overlook them, right? And for her, this sister says, right, the one that sat up here and said, man, you know, hey, a lot of us sisters are educated. She's the same one who said that she don't believe all good men are enough, right? So you have good men trying to holler at you, but you're passing them up. But then you're going to jump over here then you're going to come back on the platform and say, well, you know what? A lot of us black women are college educated, and a lot of these men aren't on our level. And it's like, okay, there most definitely is. You're just overlooking them. And that's the whole point. And for women who pretty much, because you had a lot of women who were saying, man, you understand that girl. You're saying, ma'am, that she's saying that good men aren't enough. And you're saying, you know, that you understand it to some degree. You're saying that you understand it to some degree, but then turn around saying that she's wrong. Yes, because listen, here's the thing, right? If you have a good man, see, here's the thing. What's better than a good man? You got a man that's doing everything for you, then all of a sudden you're saying, hey, well, I don't want to be with this man anymore. And that's a mindset that a lot of women have in America. They jump into relationships, and then the slightest inconvenience, they're saying, you know what, hey, I don't even want to be in this no more, or you know what, hey, I don't love this guy, I don't like this guy anymore. And you're like 2 years in a marriage, or you've been 2 years in a relationship, and he's a good dude, he provides for you, he gives you everything you need, but that still ain't good enough for you. This is where this is where Kevin Samuels elevated his career at. Stop trying to go for men that everybody in the world wants. You have a good man who's making 40, 50, 60K a year. How about you lower your standards and mess with these men, right? The only difference is they might not be making as much money as you. But understand, people, that this chick, once again, she's a quote unquote Instagram model, right? A lot of those women are going to have a very skewed mindset. They're gonna have a very backwards mindset. Why? Because everything is handed to them. They're always getting the imps to come over here and hit them up. And see, that's the issue with a lot of you women who, market themselves on Instagram and internet as some hoes. Let's just be real. Like a lot of women swear that they're Instagram models, but like, sis, you're not. You're not. You're just a chick, man, that's wanting attention. So you put your ass on the internet for other guys to look at. You know what I'm saying? And you having guys like that constantly in your DMs, and knowing they want some ass. And these guys, man, are incompetent Negroes or Pookies and Ray Rays, or just some guys, man, that just nerds and lames that never had sex, that don't know how to talk to a woman, right? So they coming over here jumping in your inbox. You're trying to freaking base a lot of those men off of that. You're trying to base all those good men, quote unquote, off of that. Well, there ain't enough good men out here. Well, this, or that, well, this, well, that, well, this, that, well, that. But it's like, once again, look at some of the shit that you post on Instagram. Of course, you're going to get the bad and the negative attention. But they didn't sit up here and say, well, hey, we're all a lot of us black women are college educated, and it's very hard for us to find. Somebody that is very compatible. It's not hard to find somebody that's compatible. You're just overlooking them. Right, you're just overlooking them for the 10%ers, right? You're hoping that you find a good man that's a 10%er. And it's like, it's going to be kind of hard to find your ideal guy that makes 100K, 200K a year or whatever, that makes way more money than you. But like I said, this is an excuse for a lot of your sisters who struggle to get a man and struggle to keep a man. Right, they sit up here and make up all this shit. Oh, well, man ain't on my level, or oh, man bad, and this. And I hear this shit so many times through sisters. Sisters sitting up here saying, well, these men aren't on my level. These men aren't on my level. Well, I need somebody, man, that's that's gonna help me elevate my game, or that's gonna be doing this, or that's gonna be doing that. And it's like, sis, by default, a man has to help you elevate. By default, a man has to bring something to the table. By default, a man has to be a leader in a relationship. And if you're not dealing with that, then what are you doing? You can find that from a man who's making 40, 50K a year. And I'm gonna keep going back to that, right? I'm gonna keep going back to that, because you're saying, I'm a college educated woman, right? We got a lot of black women who are college educated women who struggle to find good men, because there aren't any good men that's on our level. And once again, you have good men that's on your level. They just might not make as much money as you, or they don't make as much money as you would like them to. Right? So then you have women jump on the internet and say shit like this, and you just gotta be like, so like the sister with the glasses said, you're just making excuses, right? And then you come back and you contradict yourself. Well, all men are good. Well, all good men aren't enough. But then you jump over here and then you say, well, you know what? We just don't have enough men that's willing to elevate. Of course, man, you're not going to freaking get a man that's willing to make you elevate if you're sitting over here saying good men aren't enough. That means you're just passing over good men that can help you elevate. But you're just blind to them because they don't have something that you want them to have. Y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.